China, the largest populated country in the whole world. Hi, my name is Melanie, and today Jada and I are going to talk about how China's green energy initiative is going to help to save the earth. We were 3 of the 32 Delaware students that were invited for 4 weeks to China to learn the Chinese language, culture, and STEM. We were able to travel to Beijing, Shanghai, but most importantly Hangzhou. Hangzhou is where we were immersed with Chinese language, learning up to 6 hours a day with Chinese classes, workshops, cultural, and STEM classes. This experience in China has changed our views on many different things. Firstly, the view on how Chinese culture as a whole, including how we thought the people of China were like. Also, how Americans should better their environment. The Americans should use some of the ways China is bettering their environment so we could better our environment. According to the World Health Organization, an average of 2 million people are killed worldwide every year due to air pollution. Air pollution in China is related to around 600,000 deaths every year throughout the country. However, more than 100,000 Americans die each year. China's population is over 4 times the amount of the United States population. According to the World Health Organization, an average of 2 million people are killed worldwide every year due to air pollution. Air pollution in China is related to around 600,000 deaths every year throughout the country. However, more than 100,000 Americans die each year. China's population is over 4 times the amount of the United States population. Different types of green energy. The first one is biomass. Biomass is organic material that comes from plants and animals, and it is a renewable resource of energy. Another one is wind power. Wind power is the process of creating electricity using the wind or airflows that occur naturally in the Earth's atmosphere. The next one is hydropower. Hydropower refers to the conversion of energy from flowing water into electricity. It is considered a renewable energy source because the water cycle is constantly renewed by the sun. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat from the earth. It is clean and sustainable. Resources of geothermal energy range from the shallow ground to hot water and hot rock found a few miles beneath the Earth's surface, and down even deeper to the extremely high temperatures of molten rock, called magma. Now we are moving on to U.S. Green Energy Initiative and the U.S. perspective on green energy. The U.S. has done the Green New Deal. It's a proposed United States legislation that aims to address climate change and economic inequality. Also, the Paris Climate Accord, aka the Paris Agreement. It's an agreement within the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, dealing with greenhouse gas emissions, migration, adaptation, and finance. So, the U.S. perspective on green energy is a highly controversial topic. It is now more relevant in the news due to climate change while the decreasing climate. China has been working to implement green energy in transportation in an effort to reduce pollution. It is caused by carbon emissions from cars, trains, and buses. They are using electric, hybrid, and cable buses that either eliminate or greatly decrease the amount of need for gasoline. One major company is the Wangshan Group. It is a major company in China working on bettering the environment. They are creating new electric cars, new buses, lithium batteries that are going towards green energy. So they are calling this initiative the Innovative Energy Fusion City.
Comparatively, the United States is a lot further off than China. While we have some large renewable energy sources like the Hoover Dam, America doesn't compare to the massive amounts of research and time put into renewable, cleaner energy that China has been attempting, as seen with the Wangshan facilities we saw in China. Overall, the United States has fallen behind immensely. America has obviously fallen behind China in terms of renewable energy and sustainability, creating a larger problem that has limited time to fix. To improve our chances of creating a better environment, we should follow in China's footsteps in renewable energy and researching and finding more resourceful sources of energy for cars, planes, and other transportation. America could also follow the idea of boosting green energy to the populace and make it more appealing, as a lot of Americans don't find the idea of renewable energy very appealing at the moment.
In recent years, China has been working to implement green energy in transportation in an effort to reduce pollution caused by carbon emissions from cars, trains, buses, and other vehicles. In an increasing number of cities, they are using electric, hybrid, and cable buses that either eliminate or greatly decrease the need for gasoline. China has also created sustainable development zones that are focused on implementing and developing technology designed to aid areas affected by pollution and climate change. The Wangshan Group is a major automotive company in China, as well as in global markets. They are working on developing new electric vehicles and lithium car batteries. A large-scale project they are working on now is their innovative energy fusion city. It lays out an area of Hangzhou to become a green city for the development and testing of new Wangshan projects. China is making an effort to reduce their use of coal-fired power plants. However, the country still relies on coal for about 60% of their energy production. The United States has also been working towards improving and increasing renewable energy and green transportation alternatives. In 2008, the Green New Deal was proposed. It is legislation being used to combat climate change and pollution. Despite its focus in politics and lawmaking, the Green New Deal has caused many people to evaluate their energy use and carbon footprint. After its proposal, the U.S. saw a steep increase in both residential and utility solar installations. On the international stage, the U.S. is currently a part of the Paris Climate Accord, also known as the Paris Agreement. It is a coalition of countries focused on minimizing the significant effects of climate change on a global scale. However, President Trump has voiced his plan to withdraw the U.S. from the accord by late 2020. Renewable energy has become more relevant in the news following severe environmental decline caused by climate change. As a result, it has become a highly controversial topic in settings ranging from family discussions to political debates. While many are open to integrating sustainable energy into everyday life, there is still an alarmingly large number of Americans that oppose the idea. One common debate is focused on the cost of replacing oil and coal with green alternatives, mainly centered on the Green New Deal. The American Action Forum, right-leaning, has estimated the cost of up to $93 trillion. However, Democratic leaders have expressed the unrealistic nature of the number, explaining that the indefinite nature of the plan does not allow for specific valuation. Other concerns involve job security for the over 1 million American workers in traditional energy industries. The Green New Deal proposes a plan to ensure that any worker displaced by the shift away from fossil fuels will receive full income and benefits as they transition to alternative work. This aversion to changes has caused the U.S. to lag behind China in renewable advancements and implementation.
Overall, China is moving in the right direction. They're improving their carbon footprint and trying to reduce their own carbon emissions. Comparatively, America is not as aggressive in improving renewable energy and use of said energy. Wangshan's corporation has been a key role in producing more renewable and cleaner energy, mostly for batteries for cars and buses. Again, ultimately, China has become a leader in green energy, and most of the world should be following in their footsteps.